That's what's going on. It's your boy Shane Coyle from the Prank Call Mafia and Child Safety Soldiers. I wanted to just say on behalf of myself and Jennifer Adelia to everybody out there, it's Shane Coyle. You're chatting with Staxx. And hello, hi, sweetheart. How are you? It's Jennifer Adelia. You're definitely chatting with Staxx. Hi, dear. It's Abigail Cranston, 74-year-old internet hoa, and you're chatting with Staxx, my boyfriend.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got child safety soldier Shane Coyle.
Oh man, that's right, brother. Absolutely, child safety soldiers, man. How you doing, Staxx?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, you know it anytime, bro. I've been watching you, bro. I've been watching your stuff, man. See, you got some good stuff going on, bro. Great content, absolutely, man. Been following you for quite some time now, brother.
Yeah, we've been trying to get this going for a long time. It's been
couple of years, you know.
yeah.
It took me a couple of years to just get my head together, man, to be able to see, left from right. So we're good now, man. We're on point.
Yeah, you have an incredible story and all the things you've been through and all the stuff that you're doing. You're a creative person, just like me, man. I think that's why I think we're on the same wavelength when it comes to the creativity. You know?
Cut from the same cloth.
Yeah. So where did it all start for you, man?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, there's a couple of different storylines I could go with, but ultimately, I'm going to start off by just saying this. I'm going to let everybody know that unapologetically, I am an addict in recovery. Okay, I am a felon who did 4.5 years, 4 years, 9 months in prison in state of Florida, and more importantly, on the stigma level, I'm a statistic. Okay, I'm a statistic, and I'm trying to beat the stigma of the adage that people that are addicts are either better off dead or in jail. You know, people that suffer with mental illness are better off. They're Looney Tunes. They belong in nut houses. And the fact remains. Listen, I'm in recovery. I have had massive amounts of close calls to overdose. I know what it's like to be dead, and I know what it's like to be in prison. And I'm not better off in either one. I'm better off right here doing what I do. So, I started at an early age, man. I grew up in a pretty crazy environment. It really was. My dad was a hustler. He was a hardworking man, but he was a hustler. And I favored the hustling end of things more than anything. You know what I mean? He hung out with all the main guys out there in South Philly, and growing up, watching my father hang out with all these guys from South Philly wearing suits. These guys are coming over to their house, visiting my dad, and it's like my birthday. They're shaking my hand with $50 bills, and I'm only 11 years old. I'm like, wow, this is great. So I glorified a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have, that maybe kind of walked towards the left end instead of going the right path. You know what I mean? So ultimately, glorifying every different lifestyle that I've lived in these lifestyles, but glorifying things versus glorifying yourself from within, man. I'm now on that level. I'm to the point where I love myself, bro. I'm clean. I'm a father. I got 2 kids, and now I'm rocking and rolling, man. We're going hard.
Yeah, I'm in recovery myself, man. I've been almost 6 years clean. I've been
God bless, brother. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. The opiates, they were murder, man. I dated a couple of doctors back in the day, and I'm a fighter doing martial arts and stuff. So after a fight, I'd go and this lady would be like, hey, you want a painkiller? Here you go. Here, write scripts. And it damn near killed me every time. I don't blame anybody else but myself because I'm the one that made the choice to use. However, I was dealt the hard hand of addiction, in my genes, man. And my biological mother was a heroin addict. She died of an overdose. And just about, every walk of life that I've ever known has either been an addict, known an addict, or loved and lost an addict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but everything that we're doing now, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Where did it start for you with the content creating and getting into different things like that? Because you have Prank Call Mafia, right?
Yeah, bro. Shane Coyle's Prank Call Mafia on Facebook. And what I do is I use my ability to change my voice to create laughter, to create a sense of harmony through laughter, where most people think of it as adversity. How I started doing the comedy and realizing I could do voices is quite a funny story. I'll tell you it real fast. Back when I was young, 15, 16 years old, I was cutting class every day. Every other day I'd cut class. When I came back to school, the teachers would always say, "Oh, Shane, can't be cutting class. If you do it again, I'm calling your mom and dad." And I'm thinking, whatever, young kid, tough guy, wearing a leather jacket, ripped jeans, don't give a darn. Cut class again. My teacher comes up to me, Mr. Carson. He says, "Hey, Shane, I need to talk to you today. I'm going to be calling your mother." I'm like, "Oh, all right." Knowing my mother's at work, but I'm like, "All right, well, what time are you going to call?" He's like, 3:30 today. Now, I didn't know anything about doing voices or acting like anybody else, but I figured I'd answer the phone and tell him, "Hey, my mom's not here. She's at the store. She's in the shower. Buy another day." I get home. The telephone's ringing. I'm like, "Okay, hello? Hey, Shane, it's Mr. Carson. I need to speak to your mom." Now, nobody's home. My mom's at work, but if I tell him, "Hey, she's at work," he'll just call her there. Growing up in an Italian-Irish household, man, you're either going to get your ass beat or you're going to get screamed at it and beat on top of it, or the two. So I said, "Mr. Carson, my mom's in the shower." Thinking, all right, he'll call another day. He goes, "Okay, no problem. How long is she going to take?" I said, "Probably about 20 minutes or so, He goes, "Okay, just put the phone down on the counter. I'll wait." Now I'm like, wow, okay, this guy wants to wait to talk to my mom. I put the phone on the counter. I'm sweating bullets and water. What the hell am I going to do? And it just hit me. I'm too skinny and scrawny of a little kid to do my dad's voice. I never tried my mother's voice, but I might as well try it. Why not? So I picked the phone back up. I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Carson, she's out of the shower." He's like, "Okay, sure, let me speak to her." So I'm like, "Hey, Ma, Ma." And it just hit me. I just did a voice. I'm like, "Mom." "Yes." "Mom, Mr. Carson's on the phone." "Who is it? I'm sorry. Who is it?" "It's Mr. Carson." "Here, give me the phone." "Okay, hold on, Mom. Give me the phone." "Mom, hello, hello." "Hi, Mrs. Coyle." And it just came out of nowhere, bro. "Hi, Mrs. Coyle. How are you? This is your son's teacher, Mr. Carson." "Oh, hello, sweetie. How are you?" It's his mother. "How are you?" And he's buying into it, man. This is my teacher. He's buying into it. He's thinking it's talking with my mother. He's like, "Ma'am, I just want to tell you, your son's a great kid." "Oh, I know. He's a wonderful boy. How is he doing?" "Well, Mr. Coyle, he's been cutting class quite a bit." Now, mind you, I got him hook, line, and sinker. I can say anything I want to this guy, and he thinks it's my teacher. So I'm like, I'm going to make this guy feel bad for me. I'm going to come up with a plan, like make it look like I'm, getting a lot of trouble. I said, "Okay, so he's cutting class all the time. What would you like me to do, sir?" He goes, "Well, I don't know. Maybe chastise him a little bit." I said, "Okay, not a problem. In fact, me and my husband, as soon as we hang up the phone, I'm going to heat up a fork and burn the back of his neck." He goes, "Staxx, God is my witness." Mr. Carson goes, "Oh, wait, no, Mr. Coyle, that's not necessary. I'm sorry. What did you say?" I said, "You heard me. Number one, you told me this stupid little MFer is cutting class." He goes, "Oh, I wouldn't call your son stupid." I said, "No, my husband does every night. Don't worry." Now I'm laughing like, I was like, "Okay, yeah, no problem. Well, we're going to get off the phone and beat my son. Bye-bye." I click. It's ringing. Hello. Staxx, let me tell you, this teacher, okay, now mind you, the phone's ringing off the hook all night, nobody answering, I'm like, whatever. I actually had to disconnect the phone when my mom got home so it didn't ring and she actually get the call. I come into school the next day, all right? I'm wearing a turtleneck to make it look like I got burnt on the back of my neck. I'm even walking with a little bit of a limp, like I got my butt kicked. And teacher says to me, he says, "Shane, can I talk to you?" Now I can say whatever I want. I'm mad. I get put on the act. I said, "No, man, you already got me in enough trouble, Mr. Carson. Like, I don't want to talk to you." He goes, "Shane, listen, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be fine, man." And I went and sat back at my desk. He goes, "No, Shane, come here. They want to talk to you in the principal in the front office." Like, all right, cool. I'm getting out of class again. I start to walking down the hallway. I look in that big square window in the hallway that's the office. I see a cop. I'm like, "Oh, why they got the cops here?" I see a little old lady with a DCF, Department of Children and Families jacket on, and I'm walking out. Oh my God, is that my mother? My mom, my dad, a cop, Department of Children and Families. And I walk in like, "Hey, what's going on? How are you?" Right away, right away, Staxx. First one that comes up is the cop. He goes, "Shane, can I talk to you?" Like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" He's like, can I see the back of your neck?" I'm like, yeah, no problem. What's the matter?" He's like, let me see the other side." I said, "Yeah, no, it was me, man. It was me." He's like, "All right, well, listen. This lady wants to speak to you. This is Abigail Cranston from Department of Children and Family. She'd like to talk to you in the other room. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Like, oh man, I hear my mom, she's screaming back and forth with the principal and the other teachers talking all kinds of, my father screaming, my son, my wife would never beat my kid, blah. And I'm like, oh man, how am I gonna get out of this one? I go in the little office and it's this little old lady. Hello, dear. My name is Abigail Cranston. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It was me, ma'am. No, honey, did your mother burn the back of your neck, dear? I said, no, ma'am, it was me. Now, honey, don't blame yourself. It's not you, dear. I said, no, ma'am, you don't understand. It was me. It was my fault. I did this. Sweetheart, a lot of children blame themselves when they're in a broken home. We're going to get your mother the proper treatment. And I said, no, ma'am, you don't understand. Listen to me, ma'am. It was me. I did a voice. I pretended to be my mother. This is the voice. She goes, what, dear? What? Oh, my goodness, dear. What? I said, you don't understand. I did this voice and I pretended to be my mother. I pretended to be on the back of my neck. I pretended to beat my son, Shane, which is really me. And it was me, ma'am. I'm so sorry. Now, the cop in there, he's looking at Tommy. He's like, laughing. And I'm like, oh, wow. This is... My father comes in. He's like, well, what the, you know, without cursing, what the F, son? What's going on? I said, Dad, it was me. He goes, well, do that voice again. I said, hi, Dad. How are you? It's me. I'm your wife. I was your wife on the phone. I'm his mother. My dad dies laughing, bro. My dad's, God, it was great, man. Oh, my God. Thank God. I thought we were in trouble. And I'm like, oh, man, the clean. All of a sudden, my mom's swinging at me. You son of a, you bastard. Bro, Staxx, I got grounded for about a month. I got suspended for 10 days from school, which was like a vacation anyway.
Yeah.
When I come back from school, man, everybody in the school knows, oh man, Shane could do a voice of a girl. He's acting like his mother, blah, blah, blah. So me being the little entrepreneur that I was back then, little hustler, you know, watching my dad hustle, I'm like, oh, I can make some money with this thing. So I have the kids to come up to me like, bro, you know, can you call my mom and act like our teacher, Mrs. Ball, the science teacher, and tell her I'm doing good? I'm like, hell yeah, I can. $10. Let's go to the payphone. One after another, I'm calling kids' mothers as the teacher or the principal from school and stuff. Hi, Mrs. Miller, how are you? This is Jennifer Adelia, your son's science teacher. Hi, Mr. Adelia. Yeah, how is he? Is he doing any better? Well, actually, the reason I'm calling is your son is doing a wonderful job. He's doing a wonderful job. He's got an F. Now, listen to me. It's not about the grade on the paper. It's about what I say. Don't worry. Your son is doing wonderful. He's going to pass. Oh, that's so great to hear. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Click $10. Next $10. I was making $200-300 a week in school at 15 years old, bro, doing voices, pretending to be teachers. As I got older, things got different. I realized, wow, wait a minute. I could use this voice to be. Hi, this is Jennifer Adelia from Bank of America. Number one, I'm going to need your social security number. We're going to need your PIN. I did all the hustling, the scamming, the con, and I did it all, bro.
Wow.
But ultimately, it came down to me using this voice, not only for comedy, but for also what you already know. And I can make mention of that, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What I do as well is I decided I've done so much dirt with this voice and these voices that I could do. I've done so much negativity. What can I do to do some positivity? Well, it was an unfortunate, isolated event to where my daughter at 12 years old was preyed on by a child predator, okay? Now, this is many years ago. She's 18 years old, going on 19. When she was 12, she was preyed on. He never got to her because I intercepted the messages. You know, I pay attention to my kids' devices, as all parents should. But I'm reading these questions, and he's got a 13-year-old boy's profile picture, and all the questions are just too adult-like. What's your bra size? Where do you live? Blah, blah, blah. So I knew this was obviously not a kid. I decided, you know, I'm not going to answer the phone as me, like, yo, who you talking to my daughter? Because the guy would just run. I never get him.
Yeah.
I decided, you know what? Let me answer the phone as my daughter and set this bastard up and meet up with him. So the phone
And
rang.
what was this, 8 years ago? Or
This is 8
what?
years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago, bro. We're going on about 8 years ago. Yeah, in Tampa, Florida, man. You know, so the child predator was calling my daughter nonstop. I answered the phone like a little girl. Hello. Hey, what's up? How old are you anyway? Like, that's so, oh, cool. Well, sweetheart, I'm 52 years old, and you know, I hope you're not mad. No, like, what are you gonna do? Duh. He's like, I'd like to meet up with you. Sure enough, I said, okay, let's meet up. Staxx, what's going on? It's your boy Shane Coyle from the Prank Call Mafia and Child Safety Soldiers. I wanted to just say on behalf of myself and Jennifer Adelia, to everybody out there, it's Shane Coyle. You're chatting with Staxx. And hello, hi, sweetheart. How are you? It's Jennifer Adelia. You're definitely chatting with Staxx. Hi, dear. It's Abigail Cranston, 74-year-old internet hoa, and you're chatting with Staxx, my boyfriend.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged, and investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got child safety soldier Shane Coyle.
Oh man, that's right, brother. Absolutely, child safety soldiers, man. How you doing, Staxx?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, you know it anytime, bro. I've been watching you, bro. I've been watching your stuff, man. See, you got some good stuff going on, bro. Great content, absolutely, man. Been following you for quite some time now, brother.
Yeah, we've been trying to get this going for a long time. It's been
couple of years, you know.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of years to just get my head together, man, to be able to see, left from right. So we're good now, man. We're on point.
Yeah, you have an incredible story and all the things you've been through and all the stuff that you're doing. You're a creative person, just like me, man. I think that's why I think we're on the same wavelength when it comes to the creativity. You know?
Cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Set up a meeting at the grocery store local. He was a local pervert. Needless to say, without glorifying that situation, I did what any father in their right mind would do to any child predator coming after their daughter. I put him through the dirt. You know what I mean? Painted the street red with his face. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I feel I'm grounded and pounding this guy. You came to meet my daughter, blah, blah, blah. You know, all of a sudden I get tased. I'm on the ground. I'm in cuffs. I'm in the back of a police car. And I'm like, and they're like, assault and battery, da, 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 da. I'm like, yo, listen, this guy's a child predator. I told him the whole story. I showed him the chat logs. Every single thing that I could tell these cops, they were like, wow. So they ran his name. He already left in an ambulance, but they ran his name. They're like, bro, you're not lying. This guy's a 2-time sexual offender. That's what you think. I'm going to make this story up. So we get down to the precinct. They uncuff me, unarrest me. They tell me father to father. This guy's a child predator. This is his 3rd offense, man. You are not arrested, and we're sorry about tasing you. Thinking in my head, well, thanks for tasing me. But anyway, with that being said, I said, you know what? When I got home, I said, if this is happening to my own daughter in my house, what'll happen if I just make a fake profile pretending to be a little kid? How many responses will it get? I post a fake profile up of me, a 15-year-old female, and no sooner than I do it, blip, 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 message after message, child predators. Child predator 1, 2, 3, 4. I went on a crusade, man. I started using this very same voice that I used to do little con moves when I was younger and a kid and prank calls, to now avenging your kids, avenging the public's children and my own children, and exposing and hunting these child predators for what they are and what they need to be taken care of as. So placing ads on social media saying I'm a 15-year-old female, child predators call me. I answer the phone like a little girl. Hello. Hey, what's up? How are you? Okay, cool. So, like, where are we meeting? Duh. And man, the rest is history, bro. It's a phenomenon now. It's all over the end. Now, Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC was doing it way before anybody, blah, blah, blah. But I'm the one that kicked it off and lit the fire in the United States on Facebook. And you see hundreds of teams doing it now, which is one of my most proud accomplishments, man. I just busted a predator, 2 days ago. 49-year-old self-acclaimed motorcycle gang member. Now he's sitting behind bars, man. That's on my page. Child safety. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, the arrest, everything. It's all on my page. Child Safety Soldiers on Facebook, bro. You know. So keeping all the happiness with the voice and the fun stuff, I do it all. I do the prank calls. Like say you had somebody you want to get revenge on. You want me to prank them? I'll call him. I'll prank him. If it's a guy, I'll call him as a girl. If it's a girl, I'll call her as a guy, or vice versa, and we'll go from there.
What are some of the calls you've done? Like some of the ones have on Facebook?
I do one call, and I'll kick it over to you. One of the calls that I do is called corporate calling. Now, what I do is I'll call Denny's, the restaurant Denny's. I'd probably call almost every Denny's in the United States, bro. I'd be surprised if there isn't one. I'll call Denny's up, and I'll act like their corporate office. It'll go like this. La, 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 la. Hello, thank you for calling Denny's. How can I help you? And I answer the phone like this. Hi, this is Jennifer Adelia, Denny's Corporate 16154. Which one of my employees am I speaking to? Right away, they think it's their boss. They think I get them all every time. They're like, oh, this is Michael. Hi, Michael. Okay, I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you. This is Jennifer Adelia, Denny's Corporate. Where is my manager? Oh, well, I am the manager. Oh, okay, good. How long have you been with my company? Oh man, I mean, they kiss my ass. They do. They kiss my ass thinking it's their corporate. Now I take it a step further, and we do bets online, like how long I can keep them on and stuff. So these, I'll say to the Denny's manager, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm on my way down there to you to drop off the D6149 forms. Oh, what are they? Well, what they are, they're surveys that we're going to hand to every customer, asking 3 simple questions, saying, what do you like about our food? What do you think about our cleanliness? And how about our service? Once they answer it, they're going to get $5 off. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Now, right now, I do have Chaz Ingleson, who is head of corporate, on the phone on 3-way. Chaz, are you there? Yeah, Jennifer, I'm right here. Chaz is going to monitor the call. Well, actually, Jennifer, I'm going to allow you to do the call. I'm just going to listen. Okay, Chaz. So Chaz is monitoring our call. I mean, I go into it, bro. So what we want you to do is we want you to walk up to one of your customers, let them know that Denny's Corporate is on the phone. They'd like to just do a 3 simple quick survey questionnaire with them over the phone, and they're going to get $5 off their meal, which I'll go ahead and validate. Okay, so you want me to give one of the customers on the phone? Yeah, but just make sure that you let them know it is corporate. So, okay, no problem. Well, somebody's walking in right now. They'll put the customer on the phone. Hey, my manager, my Denny's corporate manager wants to give you $5 off your meal if you answer 3 quick questions. People are like, all right, yeah. Hello? Hi, you stupid little MFer. Excuse me? Number 1, I'm looking at you on the camera. Get the F out of my restaurant. My employee just told me that you spit on the floor. Whatever I say, it's crazy. You'll see, man. I'll toss you the video right here, bro. You pop it up. It's crazy, bro. You know.
So how many, besides the funny ones, how many predators have you caught?
Bro, I have stopped counting, man. And now if you count all of the times that I've actually helped out other teams, now me not going, but just doing the voice for them, this way their team can go and catch them, you know, in different states. It's hundreds, bro. I lost count, man. I really have. There's teams out there that are counting them one for one. I stopped counting after 100. You know what I mean? It's just, it's endless, bro. It
Did you
is.
record every one of them?
Oh yeah, they're all online. They're all over the internet. I mean, they're out there, bro. You gotta look up. My old name was the Ultimate Decoy, but I changed it over to Child Safety Soldiers, man. So you know, it's been pretty
Write
good.
that down. What are some of the situations that you've been involved with since you catching these guys? Was there any crazy
Yeah, man.
situations?
They're all scum. You know, what I mean, they're all a bunch of jadols. But one of the worst ones that I've ever gotten was a daycare center. A guy that worked at a daycare. Yeah, this pervert was trying, he thought I was a 14-year-old little girl, or was it a boy? I don't even remember. It was so many years ago. Thought I was a little child and wanted to invite me to the daycare where he worked or owned it and wanted to hang out there. He said that he always has people come over and hang out and play with all his friends, he calls them, the little kids. So this pervert was having other perverts come to the daycare. Needless to say, man, bro, that one, you know, and again, without any admissions of guilt of assault or anything, sometimes the cameras fall off every now and then, they shut off. That was one where the cameras went off. And I'll tell you that, you know, I don't do that anymore. When I first started this stuff, it wasn't about just likes, views, and shares. It was about, you know what, you're going to get the fear of God put in you, and you're going to not go home the same way you look now. But now we have full law enforcement backing. We've got police backup. They arrest them, they get them booked, and we get them taken off the streets. So, you know, there's so many different ones, bro. There's a different story for each sick individual that I bust. You know, majority of the time, they're just disgusting perverts, bro, that are just there to do what they do to a kid and move on to the next kid. You know,
You
so
even said some of them are couples, right?
bro,
Like,
I got a couple on the hook right now, a male and a female, 44 and 47 years old. A male and a female think I'm a female, a 15-year-old female, and they want to have a threesome with the child. That one's gonna go big. I'm gonna bust the hell out of them. Hopefully they can pen pal each other from their different prison camps that I'm gonna get them put in, bro. You know, a lot of teams out there. There's a lot of good friends of mine, a lot of teams that have cultivated since I created the Ultimate Decoy, like Bikers Against Predators, Worldwide Predator Hunters, Oklahoma predator prevention, Arizona predator prevention. All of these teams, they jumped in this after I started doing it a lot, and they'll all give me the credit too, which I love. I don't take credit for creating it, but the credit is there for me kicking it off and putting a fire in the United States on it. And these teams are doing some justice, bro. They're getting arrests. Every bust, they're getting arrest. I wasn't
Yes.
always getting the arrests. I was the one slapping them or screaming. No more. Now, I want
The
to see
cops
taken
don't
off the
like that,
street.
right? Because you're getting a
Nah,
lot of
bro.
attention now. I saw a
Yeah,
news
yes.
article.
Yeah, there's a couple news articles out there. And you know what it is, man? The spin in the media, that's beautiful. I love the fact that we're able to spread the awareness through the media. You know what I mean? Ultimately, my goal with this is to raise parental awareness for the dangers of online social media, for the predators that lurk in the shadows against our children, and the dangers of what can happen if you're not watching your kid's device, or at least being vocal and explain to your kids, hey, look, these guys exist. Because I'll tell you what, the parents that think, oh, it won't happen to my kid, or my kid's safe, I protect my kid, I don't need to mention it. I make a mention it to my kids every day, at least once a day. Hey, listen, man, how's your device? I want to check your device. Hey, listen, these bastards exist. Gianna, my daughter Gianna, my son Shane, he's old enough now to know. He watches my videos. These videos that I do on child safety soldiers are child appropriate and child friendly. Every now and then the F-bomb drops out, but you could take my bus and show your child, providing your child's 10 years or older, and say, hey, look, this is what happens. These guys are looking for children online. You have to not talk to anybody you don't know. And it's ultimately the awareness of why I'm doing it and getting these bastards taken off the streets. You know what I
Is there a
mean?
way to do a reverse sting?
That's exactly what I'm setting up to do. Now, wait, if what you're saying is this, let me know. What I'm going to be doing, and I've already set one up and did it as a test run, as a social experiment, and it went really well. What I do is I get with the parents, right?
Yep,
And I
yep.
say, hey, listen, is your child susceptible to online predators? Most of them are like, oh, I don't think my child would answer a predator. Maybe, I don't know. Well, let's find out. I need all your children's social media names. I'm going to write this up. You're going to sign a contract. I'm going to contact your child as an older man, and we're going to see if your child will either A, have the smarts enough to where you've taught your child and been there as a good parent, teaching your child to stay away from the dangers of people you don't know, or B, is your child going to say, hey, yeah, I'll hang out. I only did it one time and we didn't put it on the internet, but I'm going to start doing this. And parents out there, if you're watching and you'd like to see if your child is susceptible to dangers of social media or a child predator, what your child would react like, I will set this up with you, and basically we'll contact your child. Hey, if it's a girl that's 15 years old, I'll be a 25-year-old male. If it's a guy that's 15 years old, I'll be a 35-year-old female. If your child is gay, I'll be, the same gender. If whatever they have you, the ultimate goal is to then have your child messaging back, and we're going to abduct your child. Your child's going to come to meet. You, as the parent, will sit in the van or right on the corner, or you will literally put the bag, the paper, the blindfold over your child in the van, and you will hold them. And now that will put the fear of God, the fear of everything into them. And then you take the burlap bag off of their head, and you see that they see it's their parents. I promise you, once that happens to the child, they will never contact or allow someone else that they don't know to contact or reach them again. And I'm taking this movement to another level. That's going to be really big. I'm surprised you said it. Did I ever say it to you? Did you ever see
No,
me? See? Okay, yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, listen, man, maybe you jump involved and get involved with this, bro, because it's going to be big,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm good at camera work and all that, man.
Hey,
I
man,
could
listen, bro, you're in. You want to jump in, man? Listen, there's not a person in the world that if they want to put their heart and soul into this movement and help out in any way possible, I will, open arms, man, wide open welcome, for real.
definitely. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
reverse thing to where
We see
you're
if the children
because
will do it.
these and things like that, they aren't supposed to be on the internet. These sex
Not at all.
offenders, part of
Not at all.
the rules for them is to not even be on social media, right?
Exactly. A lot of these scumbags, a lot of these dirtbag, if they are on the registry of, sexual offender probation or what have you, these predators, once on the registry of sexual offender, they're not allowed on the internet. They're not allowed to participate in Halloween. They're not allowed to do anything like that. They still do. They make fake profiles. They get phones that are not government phones. They get phones from regular stores and stuff, and they're on there. They're on there. Just because one of these perverts is on the registry and they're not allowed to, it makes them do it even more sometimes. You know how many
Yeah.
busts I've done where they were already on the sexual offender registry,